Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sim Racing Bible. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. It's a very warm weekend here in the UK, so hope you're keeping cool wherever you are this evening. But tonight, we thought we would take a look at the sprint format. So F1 this weekend are obviously at Red Bull Ring in Austria, and they are on a sprint race weekend, which means they have qualifying on a Friday, and they have a short sprint race on the Saturday, followed by the full Grand Prix on the Sunday. And it's had mixed results in the past, so sometimes it's been quite good, sometimes it's been a little bit lackluster. So we thought we'd spice it up a little bit. So we're going to take on the sprint race format, but not quite as you've seen it before. So we're going to be doing some multi-class racing this evening. We're going to throw pretty much everything at it. We're going to put all sorts of different vehicles in there, from karts to trucks to cars, whatever you might fancy. We might do some mixed grid Formula 1 races as well, just to shake things up. But we should have some fun this evening, so welcome along. Good to have you with us. And yeah, hope you enjoy watching some slightly more exciting sprint race action, potentially. Let's see how we get on with that. So, first of all, let's jump into the sim and get ourselves set up for race number 1. So, let's transition myself in here, and I'll join you in the sim now. So, here we go. Okay. So first up, we have the Formula Ultimate Gen 2. I thought, well, as it's Formula 1 race weekend, we better use the current gen Formula 1 for our first race, and then we'll shake it up a little bit after that. Redco Viking, hey, welcome. Good to have you with us. Funky's here. Evening, Phil. Evening, everybody. Good to have you. Only warmish in Northeast Scotland. Okay, yeah, it's kind of warmish here as well, but it's in some places I think it's quite warm. Raymond's here. Hey, how you doing? Nice to catch a live stream. Yes, no, we are live. It's been a little while since we were live. I think it's probably even a week and a half, but things have been a bit crazy at home at the moment. So yeah, not too many opportunities to do streaming. So we're back and we're up and running. So first of all, we're going to run with the Formula Ultimate Gen 2, and we're going to take it to the current modern version of Red Bull Ring, or Spielberg as it is in Automobilista 2, and we've picked some multi-class variants. So we've got obviously the Formula Ultimates. We have Caterham Supersports, Copa Trucks, GT Classics, so the 911. Funky, that's all yours. We've got the GT1s. We've got the hot cars, some shifter karts, some minis, some P1s, and some Super V8s, just to shake things up. So that's what our grid's going to be formed of. We're going to do some 10-minute races and just see what happens. So obviously there's going to be a big difference in terms of lap speed with a lot of these cars and vehicles. So we're going to jump straight into it, no qualifying, and just see how we get on. So the Formula Ultimate Gen 2 we know is a bit of a weapon in Automobilista 2. And we've had some issues racing against the AI in the past. So let's see if we can keep it clean this time around. Excuse me. Steve W says, hello Phil, have you got the fans on? No, I haven't got any fans pointed at me, just a whole load of hot lights. So should be a warm evening for me. And obviously that'll get even warmer as the racing gets started. So yeah, we've done multi-class racing on the channel before in the past, quite a while ago now, when it was first available in Automobilista 2. And it was a lot of fun then. So we're going to do some exciting sprint race format this evening. So what have we got? So obviously a selection of Formula Ultimates at the front, and then we've got some P1 cars, and then kind of smattered around, got different classes, so Super V8s and Mercedes-Benz GT1s. Usually with these, they tend to have like cars nestled together on the track in terms of their speed, but they seem to have been mixed up a little bit. So yeah, either way, should be fun. Now, obviously, being in the fastest car on the grid, we're going to catch up with some of these slower ones pretty rapidly, and the real key here is going to be getting through cleanly and and surviving. So I think probably we should have put 200% damage on if we haven't already got it, so just to make it even more interesting. So here we go then. Get ourselves onto the grid for the first of our races this evening in the Formula Ultimate this time. Wait for the lights. Oh, there's a bad reaction time, but we managed to hook it up somehow. And split the gap down to the turn 1. Use some space on the inside. Treat the RSR with the respect it deserves, Phil, says Funky. Yeah, I'll do my best. I'll try not to break it as we go past. Right. Reasonable start straight off in the Formula Ultimate. second corner there, well, second proper corner here at Red Bull Ring. Always very tricky to get the power down. Leader's getting away a little bit, needs to get back on his tail. Redcoat Viking is optimistic and is predicting a crash. Well, we'll see how we get on. So far, so good. Right, we are closing back up with the leader again, so it's encouraging. Ooh, wow, he's slow through that. Right. We nearly had our first rear-ending incident of the evening. We managed to avoid it. Right. Let's keep ourselves in contention here. Just kind of sizing things up at the moment. Obviously, we're going to have DRS once that's enabled on the third lap. And there's 3 DRS zones around the Red Bull Ring. A little bit of a lock-up. Very easy to lock a brake into that downhill right-hander. Missed the apex by a country mile, but that's okay. Obviously trying to keep this all within track limits, of course. Well, AI is definitely braver on the brakes into there. Oh, we've got our first traffic coming up. We're coming up with some of the shifter carts. They're 3 wide across the track. Where are we going to go? And then the enormous Copa trucks. Right, missed the 911s, Phil. Closing speeds on the Copa trucks enormous, just like the truck itself. Ooh. DRS as well, handy. Just blast past all those Caterhams. Right, well, we've got some clear space on track momentarily. That was an awful line into there. Now we're coming up with the minis. Go around the outside into there. It really is playing a game of dodgems. There's cars everywhere. Right. Okay, we survived so far. So Turgis said, oh, the sprint race is on. Yeah, it certainly is. That likes us, Turgis. Yeah, that'd be great if you could. So back onto balance mode with the deployment. We've used quite a bit to start off with. Not quite sure how the other Formula Ultimates have got on getting through the traffic. Looks like they've been slightly waylaid. Now we're coming up on one of the Super V8s. It's around the outside, casually, as you do. Not the time to catch another car. Now, last time we did these races, we only did them as like a short 5-lap race, so ended up being less than that because it was shortened by the quicker cars lapping the slower cars. So this time we got it down to time, so we have a full 10 minutes to enjoy the lappery, which will come round again, I'm sure. Won't be long before we're up on the karts again. Looks like we're actually catching them already. It's like a McLaren F1 getting flummoxed by a kart. Doesn't know what to do. Oh. Don't want to hesitate there. Oh. Slow down. We've got some P1 cars in the mix here against the hot cars. Oh no, there's a truck in the way. Around the inside. Mrs. Porsche. Right, there we go, we're good. Welcome, Frank. It's going a little bit stuttery here with all this action going on. Cars everywhere. Missed the Beetle. Down the inside of the Caterham. Right, and breathe. Frank says, gets into the stream late to catch Phil driving a high-tech vacuum cleaner. Yes. Yeah. We will change it up with some other cars as well, don't worry. Marty, thank you so much for $5. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. It's getting a little bit choppy here. What do we got here? We've got a Corvette. Quick in a straight line, but not quite as quick as the Formula Ultimate. There we go. Funky says, how can you use 8 gears plus DRS and still read chat? It's a skill I've acquired. It's just unfair, isn't it? The grip advantage we have over these other cars. And speed, of course. Do like the last corner here at the Red Bull Ring. It is quite a fun one to try and hook up. Unless, of course, you're George Russell. Who's probably not a big fan of that right now. The RSR seem like they're getting a tow from the trucks. Yeah, they are quite quick in the straight line, the old trucks, but and they make a big hole in the air too. And we go down to tricky little right-hand hairpin again. Again, just so easy to take too much speed into there, and then you just end up being stuck because you've got to wait to get back on the power. Speaking of waiting. Somebody says, finally picked up the American pack for ACC. Yes, some new tracks. Not many overtakes you see in that final corner, but we got there. What do you think of the American tracks, Marty? It certainly keeps you awake. You've got lots to occupy your mind as you come across these slower cars. Bit of a dive bomb there. But I didn't feel any contact, so it was, in my books, a clean move. Even if it was a little bit dodgy. The problem with this car is you've got so many gears, you got to really slam down through the gearbox to get down to the right gear so that you get the drive off the corner. Ooh, too keen on the old throttle there. Marty hasn't had time to drive. Okay, you'll get there eventually, I'm sure. And I've heard good things about them, so I'm sure you'll like them. Hey Ego, welcome. Yes, what have you tuned into is the question of the day. This is a reimagined sprint race format for Formula 1 with added chicanes, and by that means not just the back markers. So we see a lot on the minis. I don't remember seeing that many karts as well. It's crazy how you can just dive down the inside there, even though the mini's pretty much at turning point. Some GT1s and the P1s as well. The Ginetta and the outside of that. Big downforce prototype car, and just left it for dead. Crazy. Right, so the time is up. It is 10 minutes plus a lap, so don't know whether we've crossed the line with the timer on 0. I haven't had time to even notice that, but I think we've got DRS as well. Helpful. yeah, so this is final lap now. And some more kart action. Coming behind one of the hot cars. Not for long. Didn't get DRS that time though. I think all the the speed that we're coming up behind some of these other cars, it's not even having time to even recognise that I'm in DRS zone detection. Oh, we're even coming up to lap 1 of the Formula Ultimates. What's going on there? He's had some issues. Excuse me, coming through. Sideways. And down through the last corner. And that should be the end of the race. There's a win. Okay, well, that's that was a frantic start to the evening, wasn't it? We will go for some of the mid-pack cars as well, just to shake things up a little bit. But that's fun. That was an entertaining sprint race. Relatively clean too, actually, which is quite nice. So, go back and see what other combos we can come up with. So, just to say here, so we've got a couple of ones I've missed. So Redco Viking said, this is what the race must be like for the Mercedes F1 drivers, and the karts are the Haas. Yeah, there's a bit of a difference in speed there. Hey Tish, welcome. Hey, what's your AI difficulty settings? They seemed a bit slow at the beginning. Yeah, so I've got them at 98. So when they are in clear track, it's about right, but they have some corners where they're just considerably slower than me, but everywhere else they're about right. So we'll probably put that up just a little bit just to see how we can do. Right. So let's we're going to continue the F1 theme for this next one, and then we'll do something slightly different. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a complete Formula 1 multi-class grid. So we've driven the Formula Ultimate Gen 2s, of course. So we're going to take on something a little bit older. So I reckon we'll go with the Lotus 79. I haven't driven that for a little while. And let's just clear our selections here. So we can get 10 of them. So we'll have the Formula Ultimates. We can drop that one off. Go Formula Riser, Classic Gen 3s. There's retros there. Formula V10s, Formula V12s, Formula Vintage. What is that? Okay, we've got 2 more spaces. So let's put on those ones, and we'll do. Yeah, we'll do the other Formula Vintages as well. There we go. So a full good of various Formula 1 cars from across the ages, and the opponent skill level get a bit more as well. Drop that down a little bit. Right, so same format. We'll do it this circuit again. I will try the national circuit as well, and we'll also do some of the really old versions of Spielbergring as well. So stay tuned for that. Right, so Lotus 79 running around a modern Red Bull ring in a field full of Grand Prix cars in various speeds and abilities. Let's see how we get on with this one. Frank's losing track of the days. It can be like that though, can't it? It's just honestly, just life just flies by as fast as the Formula Ultimate Gen 2. 79 is one of your faves, is it, Funky? Okay, that's good. Heading in the right direction with this one. Okay, so where has it stuck us on the grid? 23rd. Okay, so we got plenty ahead of us. Obviously, we're in one of the older ones, so to be expected, I suppose. Right. Some H-pattern gearbox action this time. The Brabham didn't have a particularly great start on the inside, but as soon as that fan kicks in, he'll be up and gone. We also have our floating body on the Lotus 79 to help with downforce as the wind, the air pressure on the top of the car pushes the body down, creating even more downforce at high speeds. Down to first gear for the hairpin. Ooh. Mind that throttle on the exit though. A couple of the other Formula Retros just up ahead as well. Turn. Got a bit of a group going on here, so let's see if we can make our way through somehow. All over the place. Very wide, these F1 cars, so not too many opportunities to get alongside each other, apart from on the exit of that one. Down to the final corner. So that's putting us apparently third in class at the moment. So these two must be in the same class ahead of us, which I wouldn't have thought so, because I thought the higher airbox one was a different class, but got a good run out of there though. Ooh, bit of a weave towards us. Very defensive driving. Nowhere to go. Down to the hairpin. Funky, you are amazing. Thank you so much for the £5. This is a bribe to let me pass in the Fusca League. Okay, consider it done. We will do that, I promise. I'm going to do a quick test at some point, just to make sure that the Sim Racing GP Automobilista 2 servers are working nicely. Oh, we're getting quite a bit of stuttering actually in this one. Not experienced like this before with a multi-class racing in terms of the stutters and things, but it seems to clear up and then start up again, so hopefully it's not too bad for you guys watching. Right, bit of clear space. We're still down as P2 in class, so that's our leader ahead of us by the looks of things. Let's go get him. You guys are awesome. Driving through the stutters, the 79 is very nice, so I can see why you like this one, Funky. Gaining on the leader, also in a 79 by the looks of things. Just waiting for the Formula Ultimates to come flying through. It's a little bit cautious through the middle part of the lap there, but just trying to ease myself into this a little bit and just try and find where the limits are. We've got a bit more grip on the front end now. It was quite understeery to start off with, but I'm getting used to it. Frank, how much to show us dashcam footage of people diving out of the way as filled as a time stage to Tesco? You know what? I was actually thinking of you guys this week because I was on my way to Tesco, and yeah, I was just thinking, oh, the guys should be all over this right now, because I think I wasn't driving fast, but I was a little bit more spirited than normal. And the thought came to mind of, oh dear, what would Frank think of this? But that footage is, yeah, that's priceless. Oop, blue flags, here we go, we got some quicker cars coming through. Any second now. So they're not going to dive out the way like they do in modern F1, because I don't need to. They're quite capable of getting past quite quickly at their own accord, so we are going quicker every lap. That was another improvement lap time wise, so we're improving our pace, and we are also gaining on the leader. Let's go. We've got just under 4 minutes to remain in the race, so plus the lap, of course. Oh, that split was absolutely dead level with my previous best, so consistent. Right with them now. Ooh, more blue flags. That might play into our advantage. One of the great things about multi-class racing is the ability to use the traffic to either your advantage, but sometimes it can be to disadvantage as well if you get caught out, but it's all part of the tactics and gamesmanship that goes with multi-class racing. Ooh. That's where we lose out a little bit because we had to turn out of the corner slightly. But sometimes it comes back to you because... Oops. Lap time disallowed, of course. Realistic. But yeah, that brought him back a little bit because he got held up by the faster cars coming through then. So gained some time back, and now we're right on his gearbox. Well, we've got some more fast cars trying to come through. Going to make it 3 wide down the straight, are they? Yes. It's the Formula Risers. Must remember not to brake when they brake, because they have much better stopping power than I do. And just like that, we found ourselves to the front of the Formula Retro class lead, so that worked out for our benefit. There's be another Formula Riser coming through, I thought. Eventually. Not quite sure whether third gear is the right one through there, probably not. Oh, the sound. Too busy listening to the V8s from the Formula Riser and forgot to shift up gears. Quick grab a second before the final corner and then let the camber do its thing and help pull you around. Okay, minute and 20 to go in this one. Alright. Yeah, the 79 is pretty quick, but yeah, you're right. Not a patch on the modern day Formula 1 cars in terms of outright speed. Ooh, more blue flags. What's this one? Probably one of the V10s, I'd have thought. Do love blipping on the downshifts with these older cars, obviously with the H-pattern gearbox. So satisfying to do. Yep, I was always going to go for the inside. That's one of the Formula V12s. Kind of surprised actually that we haven't caught up with any of the Formula Vintages. Obviously they're quite quick in a straight line, but their cornering ability is should be a lot slower than the Lotus 79, but surprised we haven't caught any of them up. '79's more fun though. Proper shifting, says Funky. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there goes the McLaren. Special brakes. Tyres look so narrow on that thing, don't they? When you've been following the Formula Retros around. Down into, I think it's officially known as turn 4, but it's really turn 3. One thousandth quicker on this lap. Over Perez's curb. Big grab a curb on the inside there, ripped the wheel out of my hands, but managed to regain control and across the line for one more lap by the looks of things. Hey Jorge, hi, I'm going to wear goggles the next time I drive this vintage. Yeah, with a real authentic feel and immersion factor. As it is, I should be picking flies out of my teeth after this. So Marty installed the complete historical names mod for MS2 yesterday, but I've yet to check it out. Okay. So that's changing all the driver names to what they would have been at the time. Aha! What was I talking about, Lappery? Are we gonna get him before the end? I don't think we will, but we're gonna be pretty close. One of the Formula vintage cars straight ahead. Oh, we might, you know. Right, well we did get some lapping done. So there we go, over the line, winning the class outright, and it's P17 overall for that one. So mid-pack, a little bit of action on both being overtaken and overtaking. But yeah, that was pretty fun. Okay. Excuse me, let's shake things up a little bit. Let's go to the national circuit, and we'll change the cars a little bit as well. So let's first off change to the Spielberg short, and let's choose, what should we go with? Shorter circuit design should be better for a slower type car potentially. Let's try and close things up a little bit. So we've got the extreme end of things with the karts and the F1 cars. Let's try a similar type speed, but try and get as much variety in there as we can. So I'm going to run with, hey, let's jump in the 911 RSR just because, and then let's build a grid around that. So let's put the Copa Montana in there. We'll put the 620R in there. with all the looking at all these things, I'm just like, what did I choose again? Oh, it's this 911. Right, so we put on there, it's going to be similar. We'll put the G40 in. We'll add the Group A's, of course. They're quite close. We know that from last time out. Put the Ultimas in. Put the Carrera Cup cars in. Put P3 cars in. And we'll do, what have we got? Some of the old stock cars. So let's do the Opala 86s. And supercars. There we go. So that's our full grid. Some variety, but should be similar-ish type performance, I would have thought. So let's load in and see how we get on. So, obviously, no Formula 1 cars involved in this one, but if we're just talking about sprint side of things, doing some fun multi-class stuff here. So let's see how we get on with a varied grid of hopefully similar speed cars. Funky says, in replying to Jorge, I have my beer goggles on now. Very different type of goggles, those, Funky. And Marty's... Oh yeah, Renato can no longer kick my butt on MS2 this way. Yeah, just taking him out of the equation. You don't feel so bad losing to a professional racing driver as well, I suppose. It's like, yeah, well, you know, Jochen Rindt beat me. Oh well. Right. Funky says treat her right. I'll do my best, Funky. Where are we on the grid? Good question. We are dead last. Okay, so thinking that we were supposed to be fairly even paced with everything else, we are apparently not so much. But I think there's some room to move in that particular grid. So the only way is up. So let's go see how many places we can make. So let's see what we can do. Remember, it's the short circuit, Phil. Don't go flying up to turn 2. Beautiful start. Oh, we got chaos ahead of us. There's cars everywhere. Breathe in. Oh, there goes the supercar. Okay, so that's a nice start. We're up to 17th. All of a sudden we have an awful lot more weight in the steering wheel. And a very different driving style to boot. Try and use the raw straight line speed of the 911. Got a bit of a traffic jam ahead of us, so we might be able to use that to our advantage. Although we have got someone trying to get back past us again. Who's this? I bet it's a supercar. Yep. Those supercars are quick. Just love the transition through the corners with the weight out the rear and the car just moving around just ever so slightly, but controllably, and it's really nice to try and balance it. Ooh, that's a little wide. We're definitely quicker over the last part of the lap compared to the cars ahead of us, so let's go get them. The Group A M3 up there by the looks of things. It's the cork in the bottle. Ooh. We're going for the inside. We'll get a good run off here, hopefully. 620R is boxed in behind the Copa Montanas. Uh-oh. Again, got carried away with thinking I was going up to the top. One of the Copa Montanas got by the E30, but the other one's still stuck. Oop. There goes the cage. Oh, big sideways moment for the BM. Let's let the Montana through. The Caterham pushing the M3. Now he's got clear space to go and accelerate into. Oh, there goes the Corvette. Wow. Just about held off that attack. Again, a good run off the corner. Should hopefully get the inside for the next right-hander. Let's go follow that Caterham. Right, so we're P1 in class, still 17th overall because we've maybe lost a spot and gained a spot or two. Uh-oh. That's way wide. Bring out the 90s pop music trivia, are we, Funky? The guys ahead are breaking away here, but thankfully we have another E30 to, or another Group A car at least, to come to the rescue to hold them all up. Right. Okay, we've got a bit of a gap. The Corvette's still there though, so can't let that slip anymore. Otherwise it'd be all over us down the straights. Nice little drift on the exit. Rear left tyre is looking a little bit warm. We are doing a little bit of sliding. It is mostly right-hand corners. Quite like the short circuit here at the Red Bull Ring. Has a little bit more of a flow to it. Actually looking ahead, I'm not sure if it is an E30, it might be a Mercedes 190 perhaps. Beautiful slide through the last corner. I rotated in early. Used all the inside. Still quite a few cars ahead of us that we can see as well, so not out of this battle just yet. We have got blue flags though. Who's coming through? This is probably one of the... Where is this? One of the 911 Cup cars. It's surprising to see blue flags actually. Oh, there's some Ginettas here. Are we lapping these guys? Surely we are. Ooh. Oh, it's the ultimate. No! That's not how you treat a 911. Now I can't see what's coming. So that was what was coming. I can't see. Right, well let's try and get it home. We got under 3 minutes to go. So what happens when you pull out for a move and the faster car does the same, and they'll just trip over each other. The hazards of multi-class racing. So, I think Ericsson Hitter says Tish, yeah, I think you're right. Right, well we're still going. But we're not last either, we're 22nd out of 26, so... Ooh, we've got some more dramas going on ahead, we've got yellow flags. Ooh, one of the super karts is off. Let's get past this big Opala. Yeah, I think you're probably right, Frank. I think I did save it. It's just got caught up by some of the cars behind, which absolutely sent us flying. There's a Caterham. Yeah, rapid little things, those 620Rs. It's a shame because we were having quite a good race up at that point. It was relatively evenly matched. Superkart's now just keeping that yellow flag there because he's enjoying the view from the inside of that corner. Coming up to one of the G40s. Yeah, with this car, you really do just kind of get it slowed down, start the process of getting it into the corner quite early, and then apply the opposite lock and just balance it in there. Just absolutely destroying these Ginettas. Sideways and making the overtake. It's on those 620Rs. You're not a fan of those, are you, Funky? Little death traps. Oh, this thing is fun. Right. Don't think that's the end of this one. Yeah, this is the last lap now. And there's the ultimate. A bit deep into there then. Just playing with the throttle, trying to get the rear end to do what I want. You're a fan when you're in one? Okay, yeah, it's just causing havoc in this particular race. Alright, coming up to the line then for the final time. We didn't manage to make any positions back in our class, but we are back up to P20 after all the fun and games and the delay in trying to turn back around. Well, that was an action-packed sprint race, wasn't it? That's where it's at. Multi-class is where it's at for a bit of entertainment. Right, onwards. Okay, let's go old school now. Let's take it to the older version of Spielberg. We'll go for the 74 version without the chicane. This one, I reckon. Let's go back to something a little bit more wild. So we're going to run this time. We're going to run a Formula Vintage ourselves. Go with the Model 1. Oh, full of hiccups tonight. All right, let's go with that one. Right, let's pick our opponents. Again, we'll get a mixture of slow and fast stuff in here. So we'll put the Tier 2 vintage touring cars in there. We'll add the Formula Vs. We'll add the Formula Ultimates again. We'll put the ARC Camaros in this time. We'll add some Fuscas. And what else should we do? Some trucks in there again for fun. They like sliding around the nice long corners here at the old Spielberg ring. Let's put some more modern GT cars in this time. We'll put some Group C cars in as well. And well, as we're doing sprint racing, let's put a sprint race in though. There we go. So our top 10. Okay, it's limiting us to 19. It must be down to grid spots, but okay, that's fine. Let's go. So Frankie says it's such a feel car though, huge fun, I think. Yeah, it is, very, very much so. It's definitely a car that you have to drive on feel because you just, as you say, you come through the corners, you get the side of the tires just kind of loaded up with a bit of a slide, and then you just kind of just rest it there and just kind of balancing it through the corner. And then another one comes up, I used to got to flick it the other way and just kind of lean on them again. And yeah, it's just really nice just to kind of flow your way through the corners, and yeah, good fun. A little bit difficult to get it through some of the slow stuff, but then unless you're driving a McMurtry, then I think anything is difficult to go through a slow corner. But yeah, so it's good fun. It's a bit of a more balanced race, that one. This one's going to be a little bit more spread out. I don't think I put any karts on this one, did I? I can't remember. Did I? No, I didn't. That's fine. So here we go then. So we have another varied grid of cars. This time we are sat in P7, so we're going a little bit further up the grid, so we should get into some more lappery, but then Formula Ultimate should absolutely destroy us around here. So here we go then. And away we go, up through the gears. Watch the quicker cars disappear into the distance, and the slower ones disappear behind us. Ooh, that was an aggressive cut across my nose. Ooh. To get out of the throttle because we, for some reason, caught up midway through that little kink. Love watching the drive shaft spinning on the rear of these Formula Vintage cars. Very distracting. Right. Where is he? There he is. Going down to the big grandstand stadium section. Little dab of brakes just to make sure we get through the left-hander safely before trying to feed our way through this long left-hander. Oh dear. Well, these two corners here, which are relatively straightforward in the more modern version of the Red Bull Ring, are quite tricky to get right in the old version. Mostly down to a lack of markers to help you out with turning, etc. You just see the trucks making their way through the grandstand corner. Well, somehow, despite having a big slidey moment on the exit, we've got to run. I'm just not quite sure how to take this next corner in terms of speed. So a little dab of brakes for comfort, and then straight back on, and then straight back off. Okay, so maybe not quite that quick. Got some GT cars chasing us down here. So this class is still in the old tyres and physics. Yes, I think it is. So these ones are one of the next classes to be lined up for an update on the tyres and physics. I don't know how many others are still awaiting the updates now, but it's probably quite closely listed for an update. Uh-oh. See, as I said, that corner catches me out all the time. Just filming a segment for The Sound of Music with all the flowers in the meadow. Right, let's get back on track. they're definitely a handful, these Formula Vintage cars. They are obviously very low grip with the crossplay tyres. Very basic kind of suspension setups and things with this wall riding around the final corner. Get off. Alright. Well, sprint races are behind us, but we have absolutely nothing in front of us, so we'll keep pushing on because I'm sure we'll catch the Formula trucks at some point. We've already got blue flags because the okay. We are not doing well with that one, are we? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just, because there's a lot of stuttering going on there, I'm going to try and see if I can fix that in terms of, I think it's probably down to the number of different types of car we have available. So what we're going to do is we're going to do extreme multi-class, but we're going to do a few less vehicle options potentially. So let's, we'll do Formula Vintage again, but this time we'll just give ourselves half a chance with some aero, albeit limited ones. Right. Turn off. What do we have on there that we don't necessarily need? Turn that off. Turn that off. Turn that off. Right. That now. Yeah, we'll go with that one. And we'll just do a quick check on here just in case there's anything we can turn down to make it a little bit better. Right, let's try again. So yeah, so Marty's asking, Frank, are you a nerdy riser, backer and beta tester? So yeah, I think yeah, some who have access to the proper beta of Automobilista 2 would get a bit of a head start on what's coming up. Brakes were an expensive option on F1. Many people did without. Yes, yeah. I just use the walls, and that last one was my brakes, as you can probably tell. Yeah, the release candidate thing does help with giving some testing before it goes officially official. And they're also quite talkative on the forums as well, so we get a good idea of what's coming up. Right, let's try again. Oh, McLaren got a good jump off the line there. There we go. Right. We're through first corner reasonably safely. So the Lotus 49 is the car of choice in this particular class for me. Let's try and keep with the other cars. I don't know why I was going for 6th gear then. Doesn't have it. Ooh, a little nudge because I'm too shy on the brakes. Must remember to get these corners right. Get on the brakes a little bit earlier than you might think, just to give you a chance. Especially this one. Yeah, the AI, now they're in clear space, having a good old bit of pace going on here. Bit of an odd sight, isn't it? The vintage F1 cars mixing it with GT3 cars. It's just got so much more grip. We have better straight line speed. Just you gotta get a little bit of sliding going on with these cars anyway, but it's always quite a tricky balance to do. Let's hope that McLaren can go and delay the leaders a little bit here. Bring them back to us because we're losing touch at the moment. He's right on him as well. So rather than the two right-hand corners to finish off the lap, you just have this one big, long right sweeper. Ooh, thought I was going to float off into the barrier on the outside then, but got away with it. Oh, we got another Lotus behind us. So we're not last in class, we're third overall in our particular class. Lots of nice curb on the inside you can use. Don't think it'll be long before we're up and running with the Formula trucks, I would have thought. We're actually coming back on these guys now. It's trying to shift gears as you're one-handed through the corners and trying to balance slides at the same time. It's a real challenge, these cars. Yeah, we're already setting a better lap time. We're 1.1 seconds up on our quickest, so we are improving, getting a feel for the car a little bit more now. There's the other Lotus, it's still there. We've got some cars coming through as well. Looks like we're going to get blue flagged any moment now. Here he comes. There we are. Oh, we got a Fusker ahead. Stay out the way. Keep out the way. Very wise. I'll tell you what, that really helped us as well. Oh, we got more Fuskers. Oh dear, all got very busy all of a sudden. So we now find ourselves in P2 in the class. And looking forward to having some more slower vehicles coming up in front of us to try and make a move on the leader. Here we go. Speaking of which, This is where we run out of space at the Spielberg ring. Oh, we've caught them at the wrong time in the straights. Look at it moving around through there. Where's he going to go? We'll go right. Come on, Phil, use your James Bond gadgets to get past the GT3, yeah. I should have put my my oil slick out before he came past us earlier on. Just over 2 minutes to go on this one, plus the lap. Gained ourselves a little bit of a gap. What else have we got coming up in front of us here? Oh, it's the Aussie racing cars coming up. Squish Camaros, depending which way you want to look at them. Right, where are you going to go here? Okay, and breathe. Right. One more of the Aussie racing cars to negotiate as we get around the first corner. Always forgetting just how wide the Lotus 49 is there. Always end up catching the grass, which gets us a little bit sideways. You can tell Spy Hunter was my first racing game, just funky, yeah. Alright. Plenty of understeer through there that time. Busy at the wheel of this car. It's lots of little movements and corrections all over the place. Right, so time has run down. This should be the last lap. Just a little bit of a lift through there now, so we can actually go quite quickly through turn one. Over the rise. It's not quite got the gearing around here because it's redlining in fifth, running down towards this corner. Ooh, another Fusca coming up. Just love the added jeopardy that you add into these races when you put some slower cars into the mixture. Just adds another little element which adds to the overall fun. Ooh, get off the grass. A couple more Fuscas, but shouldn't bother us too much. Had to come through the final corner now. Blue flag behind. Well, the Formula Ultimate's coming back around again. Oh, maybe that wasn't the last lap. Will we encounter anyone else on our final tour of the historic Spielberg Ring? poor Fusca. Yeah, I know, it's, yeah, poor little thing. Whoa, hello. Because the race had obviously finished for him, I didn't get a blue flag, so I had no idea he was there. Jorge says you can see through the tyre. You can. It's a good spot. Bit of wheel rim missing from the cockpit view. Helps with spotting those apexes even better. Right up to the white line on the exit. Right, now the race is over. Oh, right. Give my right arm a bit of a break after that one. Okay, right. Well, let's take this back to the modern one, and we're going to we're gonna have a rematch. We had the rental karts versus the Formula Ultimates on a kart track on a recent video, and the rental kart won, obviously. So this time we're going to pay the favour back. So it was the original Formula Ultimate we had last time. We'll drive. Actually, no, we'll do the 2019 version, and we'll have multi-class, but this time we'll just have the rental karts. There we are. Formula Ultimate and rental karts, and enter 100 there. We'll go back to the modern layout. Do it just a time. Okay. Formula Ultimate's Revenge, we shall call this this setup. So we have what was the fastest car in NMS2, which probably might actually still be the fastest car. I don't know if it's actually quicker than the Gen 2 or not. Versus the slowest in Automobilista 2. The question is now, we have 10 minutes of running around the Red Bull Ring. How many times are we going to lap the rental car? Get your guesses in now, and we'll see what the answer is at the end of this one. So keep track when we go past them. I'll try and keep count myself whilst trying to avoid them. So here we go then. Get your guesses in, and we'll go. So how many times are we going to lap the rental karts? Again, a reasonable start with the Formula Ultimate. Down the outside of the turn one, always a dangerous place. Let's go around the outside of the DRS board. Okay, we're clear, and already the rental karts are completely out of sight behind us. Can sort themselves out into turn two. Oh, the gears go up much quicker than the Gen 2 actually. Funky's gone with several. Encounters quite a few different answers there, but okay. We'll see how we get on. I'll try and do several for you. Just looking over to the right hand side there to see if I can see them going around the latter part of the lap, but I don't think they've even made it there yet. Marty says this feels cruel in a way. Yeah. Doesn't stand a chance, to be honest, but... What's going on? Well, there's still some running. Looks like the karts needed a halo. And there's the first run through. I'm sure there was a Formula Ultimate parked on top of one of the rental karts. Ridiculously quick compared to the Formula Vintage, this thing. The Lotus 49. Two to 5 counts as several. Okay, that gives us a nice ballpark to look for there, Funky. Question is that little car park at turn 4 still going to be there when we get there this time round? Let's find out. Looks like they've sorted themselves out. Some telltale tyre marks on the road there. Some bits of debris. So where are we? We are... How did I miss that? This proves to everybody you cannot take your eyes off the road for a second. I was too busy looking to see where I was in the class, and all of a sudden there was a rental car in front of me. Oh my word. They're just standing still, aren't they, effectively? Looks like they're not even moving. Well, tell you what, if you haven't hit like button already, hit like just for that avoidance there. That was pure reaction. And I believe that's third time round past the rental carts, is it? Or was it second? It's just completely fried my brain now, that moment. Doesn't help you have a whacking great halo right in front of you as well, so it just kind of obscures the kart. That's my excuse anyway. Nothing to do with the fact I wasn't watching where I was going. On the curb on the exit then. It's like they're road surface defects. It's like, who put these potholes here? Yeah, this Gen 1 Formula Ultimate does definitely feel quicker than the Gen 2. Ooh. That blind crest as well, which really doesn't help the situation. They're so spread out now, I don't know which one's the leading group. Ooh, got some DRS off them, thank you very much for that. That helps. Must admit, the Formula Ultimate Gen 1 does actually feel really nice to drive now. I know they've made some changes to it, and it does feel pretty good. It's obviously a lot more grippy and stuck to the road than the Gen 2, which is how they are in real life too. I think at this point we're going to have to check out the results to find out how many laps down certain karts are. This really is a very short lap for a Formula 1 car, isn't it? Just over a minute long. There's another one up here. We should catch him before the braking zone. Almost caught him before the bridge. Right. 2 minutes 43 to go. I was guessing sometimes as to whether there is one there or not. Ah! Honestly, that crest in the road really does play havoc. They just disappear until the very last moment. Safety in numbers, and here I thought the AI was dumb. No, they've got themselves together on this one. Stick together. Well, what it does mean is at least one of them will get hit. But it might not be them. Tricky corner, that one. Again, a little unsighted. Checo. Doesn't matter. Says once I get the VR set up, I think I'll try this with me as the only kart. You will not be able to sleep at night, Marty. Must be fearing these F1 cars coming flying at you. Looks like we're actually catching up with some of our compatriots in the Formula Ultimates here. They've been having problems getting past some of these rental karts. Oh, what's going to happen here? Got boxed in. Just long enough to hear the beautiful chuntering noise of a 4-stroke lawnmower engine on the back of that rental car. Very nice indeed. Right, for now, we're on the back of this Formula Ultimate. Ooh. DRS enabled. And there we go. Just like that, the race is done and dusted. Oh dear. I don't think we'll have the replay go back far enough to see that moment. I think it was a good couple of laps ago, but I'll check. Yeah, I think this is probably just the final lap, I think. It's just enjoy the trackside view of this epic battle between Formula Ultimate and Rental Kart. Here we go, this is where we get a little bit slam on the anchors. And then back up to full speed again. So just like that. So there we go. That was pretty fun. Right. Let's move on to the next one. We'll do one more, I reckon. Do the F1 road car film. For me, pretty pleased as Funky. The F1 road car. Yeah, why not? Why not? That's had an update as well, isn't it? The physics on the street cars, I believe. So we'll do McLaren F1. What should we put it up against? I know what we should put it up against. So I think is it the Gen 1s? Has the McLaren? I think it is. And Retro Gen 3s over McLaren in it as well. So we'll do McLaren v McLaren, and we'll also put the GT1s on there because they have McLaren as well. So there we go. This is our McLaren multi-class race. I want 30 cars, that would be just too much to handle, right? So let's try this car out then. Again, it's been a while since we've driven the McLaren F1. I think the last time we drove this was actually our Bathurst Challenge the mountain, where we drove every single car in AMS2 at the point of doing that video around Bathurst, and I don't think I've driven it since, actually. Yeah, it's very shameful of me. But I think from what people have been saying, that the street cars are really good now, so let's see how this goes. See how this ends up. And as you'd expect, we're at the back, but that's absolutely fine. Like I said, I don't think anyone drove it since the December updates and more. Yeah. Well, let's see how it goes now. Some more McLarens right ahead of us as they disappear off into the distance. Central driving position, of course, with this car. And not as much grip as the Formula Ultimate, so I remember that. So much V12 Symphony around me, I can barely tell which one's mine. Definitely tell there's some locked brakes though. Those GT1 McLarens are so loud. Now, this may well be down to the fact that the GT1 cars have had a horsepower adjustment to keep things balanced, but we were keeping up with them for a moment until we got rudely taken out. So got to remember we have incredible straight line speed, but just not the brakes to match. Right. No one behind us. Drive to the car's ability, not your perceived ability or the other cars around you. You've got to drive to what the car can do, which means getting on the brakes super early for the hairpin. That time we got through safely. Uh-oh. Called that a long way back. You just know when you've just gone a little bit too far beyond that braking point. This thing is pretty mad, really, isn't it? Because, you know, you've got a huge top speed. And this seemingly lack of cornering grip. It's probably not even that bad. It's just exacerbated by the fact of just how quickly you get down the straight. So you'd think that by going this quick, you'd be able to carry a similar high level of speed through the corners, but with its road tyres and, you know, brakes which maybe aren't as sharp as top-line GT cars, just has that massive difference when you get to a corner. It's a very different driving experience to some of the other cars we've driven, especially jumping out of the Formula Ultimate, but it doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad car to drive, it's just different. In fact, looking as it is now, where you could quite reasonably think that we're the only car on track, you could probably have a good smile on your face driving this thing around most tracks. But as it happens, we're in a multi-class race against some very quick machines, which I'm pretty sure will be revisiting us very soon. I was just so excited. I was like, "Oh, we're keeping up with the GT1s here." I was just ended up just pushing on just too hard, and then not getting the thing stopped for the corners. But we're getting our eye in now. Here comes the first of the blue flags for the Formula 1 cars. Where is it? Here it is. Go on. Don't hit me. Fishtaily out of the hairpin there. That sounds so good. Again, just getting... Ooh. I think I just de-winged someone. Just clipped one of the... one of the single-seater's wings there, I think. 20 seconds. Return to race position 20. I can't. He's not even on the track. I think I just annihilated a single-seater. Just so busy thinking, oh yeah, I can race with these guys, and then... Yeah, there you go. Drive through for an illegal overtake. Oh. I'd say it's pretty illegal, smashing someone off. So we'll take our medicine. Get slowed down so we don't get pinged with another penalty. Funky says, thanks for giving me a go. That's alright. We do these things for you guys, so I'm more than happy to try out some cars you suggest. Oh dear, you just get caught up in the other cars going past and you think, oh yeah, I can do that. And clearly I can't. Right, back out onto the track, and warning for unsafe crossing of pit lane exit lines. Ooh, ah. Ooh, one of the Formula Retros there. Right, so we are, even with our drive-through, still second in class. Oh, there's some debris from our little misdemeanor just before. That's the difficult thing, I think. Being one of the slower cars in a multi-class race is the ability to drive within the means of your car. Stick to the fastest fill. Yeah, I can handle those. Right, a minute and 23 to go. Here comes another of the Formula Retros. Hey Kevin, welcome. Remind myself to get on the brakes that time. Even then, just about made it. Yeah, still got space behind. It's definitely a unique car to drive. And easily the quickest out of all the street cars in AMS2. Slow down. That's right, just letting that Formula car go through without taking him out just like the other one. 21. Ah, got a time penalty as well, just for our troubles. Oh goodness, right. Okay, I'm gonna do one more because I want to do another one. So, okay, seriously though, do you think that is much improved, or am I going more senile than I thought? I think that, yeah, I mean, as I say, it was a while since I drove the old one, but yeah, I think on its tire performance, which is obviously one of the main areas where it was improved or adjusted. Yeah, there's an element of that nice slip which you get with the road tires. It's got an element of give to it. It is quite it almost feels quite soft actually. But it's no, I think it's nice. I think, yeah, I can see why not many people tend to drive though, because there's so many other cars in AMS2 which could easily just take your focus, and it's just one of those things. But yeah, it is nice to drive. You still think the physics are due an overhaul, do you, Frank? I thought they had they'd done something with them anyway. I know they've changed something to do with the physics on the road cars. But okay, so what we're going to do to wrap things up. So we've done fast versus slow. Now we're going to do little versus large. So we're going to go back into the Gen 2s. We are going to clear our classes again. And the Cobra trucks are coming out for this one. And there we get on. No, I don't think you're senile, Funky. I think you're I think it is improved, that one. I would say it is. I did see Jorge's message before. It says, so which version of Spa do you prefer? So I think he's retracted the message, but it's okay. Right. So we obviously we've set ourselves to be back at the grid for our particular class, and there we are. So all we're going to see to start off with is a whole lot of Formula Ultimates. But before long, we're going to have some monstrous trucks in the way. So, pick our way into the hairpin without taking anyone out. Bit of a traffic jam into that. Like I said, I have improved as a driver as well. Well, as it is, you're winning races in online lobbies, so yeah, things are obviously going well for you. It's not an overtaking point into that, just show the nose. Oh, okay, yeah, so Jorge says, should have said Spielberg. Yeah, I do actually quite like the modern one. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Because the historic ones always have a special place in my own kind of heart, because historic motorsport is one of my big passions. Yeah, I do like the modern version, but it all depends on what car I'm driving, really. If I'm driving something more modern, obviously I'd come here, but classic, I'll go for the old one. You can actually tell now that we're able to race these cars a little bit better, because we're not being caught out on the brakes as much as we were last time we drove this car. So I think they've done an AI improvement on some cars. I think that's helping out a little bit here. Right, I can see some trucks going down the straight after this corner, so we'll be on them very, very soon. There they are, going up to the hairpin now. We've got DRS as well. Pretty wide. Come to a complete halt. Anti-stall kicked in. Using the traffic to our advantage. Ooh. Oh, one of the ultimates got through. He must have caught them on the straight. Okay. So yeah, Frank's talking about the the release of product information way before it's actually available for sale. So poor old Kevin's waiting around for a quick release adapter, and it hasn't been released yet. Okay, it's like a Fast and Furious film. Yeah, no kidding. It's pretty furious behind the wheel. Everything comes up at you very fast indeed. Okay, so things are settled down as we are in the middle of our race now. We've pretty much 5 minutes to go. It's all building again though as we approach some more truck action. I can see them on the top of the hill there. They're coming around for round 2 up against the trucks. This could be an awkward place on the track to catch up with them. Actually, going to be going around the tighter section. Here they are. I'll take the truck limits on that one. We picked up DRSs for our trouble as well. I tell you what, that's so fun. Just trying to pick your way through some of these trucks as you come up on them at various points of the circuit. It's good fun. You're just trying to think, oh well, is that gap going to stay there or is it going to close? Oop, back end's going around a little bit there. So Funky says, okay, so it's all very well on the cars you've driven around Spielberg, but you know you've not taken the ultimate challenge. You know, the car. Challenge accepted. I think I owe it to the community to do something like that. Right, where are these trucks? We've got 2.5 minutes to go. Pretty sure they won't be too far away again to catch up with the trucks. Let's see what happens this time around. There they are. Ah! Just trying to see how many I can slalom. So Kevin said, I recently recreated the IMSA Salem 6 Hours of the Glen MS2. DPIs, P2s, GD3s, great fun. Did only 30 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I've driven Watkins Glen in MS2 for a little bit as well, so that's one of the great things. You can just simulate one of your favourite races or categories or whatever, and have a great time doing it as well, which is what we love so much about AMS2. Rounding out a little bit there, a bit too much curb on the inside. This should be the last lap, got 40 seconds left. Funky says, I don't think the frost will be that exciting around here, but I wanted to get a time to see if I wasted my money on that ride. Okay. Well, I'll happily oblige for you, Funky. Did we agree as to whether we had to let you overtake in a race, or is qualifying okay for you? Oh, we didn't catch the trucks again, but we got a few of them on that. We didn't even check to see how many times we got past the rental cars on the last one. Got too overwhelmed with how fun it was. There's the trucks again. Alright, so does it say how many times I've lapped? So they did, yeah, got them 3 times. Lapped them 3 times, which is entertaining every time. So there we go. Right. Okay, and Frankie, let's do this. You never know. Spielberg may be a particularly fun race with the Fuskers, but you never know until you try. So here we go. Fusker is out. What are we putting against it? That's the question. So we're going to do 2 classes on this one again. So we'll do. Let's put the. We haven't done any of the IndyCars. We'll put the Formula USA Gen 3s, and we'll put something slower than the Fuskers. So we'll put the TSI Cups. I don't know how much slower they'll be, if not, if at all, actually. Oh, just for fun, we'll have GX 390 rental car. Well, not rental cars, but 4-stroke karts. Here we go. We'll do Grand Prix track as well. So I'll have a little bit of a battle with our own Fuskers, and I'm sure we'll catch the karts as well eventually. But we'll definitely have to keep out of the way of the Indy cars. Bit of water down me. Funky says, I love the fun we have on this channel. Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's why we do it. We just have fun and have a laugh doing it. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's the main thing. Look at that lovely array of machinery out there. Such a variety. I think probably the best one is the middle class, to be honest. A non-FIA approved mix as usual. Yes, I don't think this would stand up on an FIA meeting. There'll be too much paperwork to deal with, I think. Right, here we go then. The mighty Fusker. Away we go. Say a big goodbye to the IndyCars as they plough into turn 1 already. And they're gone. However, we have a grid full of Fuskers to play with. And where are the karts? Well, we're not there. Will we see them from the top of the hill? That's the question. They've not appeared yet. Oh, there they are. Okay, so we're already pulling some time on them. So let's get our head down and get stuck into this Fusker action ahead of us. One of the very few tracks where you actually need to use second gear on a corner, other than obviously at the start as well. Most of the time it's third and fourth for the Fusker, but the turn 2 hairpin says no, you need second gear. Alright, where are you two going? You have a nice big gap for me to fire into in front here. Ooh. Quickly try to close that one on us. Here we go then. Back up with them. Let's just go 3 wide, shall we? No. Okay, well, we got one. We actually have a bit of a run out of there as well, so we might going to get the inside of number 18 here. Take that position away. And give ourselves the best angle for the right-hander as well as we drop off the hill. Leave it in 4th through there. Downhill cambered corners and Fuscas don't usually mix very well. Just feel a little bit edgy. I'm hoping that when they do the changes to the Fusca that it's still just as fun to drive. I'm sure it will be. Watch out for the black ones. Yeah, I've heard things about those black Fuscas, Funky. Gotta watch out for them. There he is, back there. Oop, blue flags. The Indy cars are on us already. Oh, he's doing what I did. Weaving through. Get on him. And he's back down to the inside. Oof. Now is not the time to go to the inside unexpectedly. Oh, look at that. Matching cars. Couple of Gulf colour schemes there. Just holding up this Reynard on the inside. Not for long. Out of all of that, we managed to make up some positions there. Whoa! Ah! There's cars everywhere. Right, well, now we're in P2. Thanks, Formula USA's, for your help. Now, where's these rental carts? There you go. Safely through turn 1. Champ cars are already on the right-hand side there, you can see them. Where these carts are up to. Wow. We've got top speed adventures going on here, or what? He has a he has a brave advantage on the brakes. Chuck back into the slipstream. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was just the slipstream of the highly aerodynamic Fusca. Green flag. Okay, looks like someone's tripped over a rental cart coming up here. Just making sure he wasn't going to get through there. I'll just take all the road by going sideways on it. Thanks for joining us, Kevin. Aha! Spot a cart. A Fusca technique. Throw it in and hold on. Yeah, it tends to work quite well. Right, here's a cart. It's got a bit of pace on. It looks so tiny, doesn't it? We're not exactly in the quickest of machines, but well, the largest of machines, but that looks absolutely minute. Oh, listen to that! That sounds awesome. Again, being caught out by the quicker cars. Pedal clutching, says Marty. I am. I'm using the clutch pedal, but I'm kind of cheating on the downshift, so I'm not using the clutch for the downshift, just using the blip. Style points for drifting. Yes. Yeah, this thing just can't help itself, really. It has to go sideways. Tricky corner, that one. Again, just kind of running a little bit too deep on the brakes there. I'll do some proper heel and toe for you now. A bit of left foot braking once you've got the initial braking done, just to keep the car balanced. Yeah, double declutching. That's yeah, that's really quite a skill, that one, just to get that timing right. Hey Dolro, welcome to it. Where are we? 1 minute and 16 left, so we've got past the karts once. I don't think we'll see them again, because despite not being the quickest thing out there, it's quite a long lap when you got slow cars, so... Although, having said that, I think I can spot some just ahead going into the hairpin, actually. Let's see if we can catch up with them. The thing is, they're so quick around the corners. Not so quick, but, you know, they go through without braking. Okay, through the hairpin we go. You can see the karts on the horizon. And down towards the grandstand. Will we catch them by the end of the lap? Yeah, I really don't think it's second gear through there, but it's kind of in between, so probably third is the way. So we're doing we're doing 2 minutes and 7 is our quickest lap so far, for your reference, Funky. Albeit dodging some things. All avoiding the karts. You might get them, you know. You might get at least one of them. Here we go. There's a champ car there as well. Totally blocked him in. Ah, fun stuff. So yeah, 2075 was the quickest in that particular race. Yeah, so Funky says the Fusca needs to be under acceleration, so I've moved to left foot braking through corners at times. Yeah, so sometimes you have that initial brake where you get the car slowed down and into the corner, but especially on the longer corners where the back end starts to slide, you just need a little bit of a dab every now and again just to keep the car a little bit under control in terms of not sliding way too much. But yeah, just a little bit of drift is fine, but not a huge amount. So you have to dab the left hand foot on the brake just to keep the car sorted. But Fusca's fun as usual. So there we go. So if you're looking to improve the sprint race format by having short races and lots of action, throw in a whole load of different categories of cars and do a massive multi-class race, and I'm pretty sure you'll have a pretty good laugh. And I certainly enjoyed that tonight. I think some of the most fun is just catching the the carts when you inform the cars, which are really, really quick, and just trying to avoid them and things, really. So love that. Very good. Right. Thanks very much, everybody, for joining us this evening. I hope you've enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Thanks once again for your company and for your comments. It's always fun having you on the stream. If you are new here and have just joined in or have joined in halfway through, very much welcome. Good to have you with us, and I hope you enjoy that. And please stick around and check out some of the other videos we have on the channel as well. Hopefully you might like those as well. But yeah, good fun. Thanks, guys, and we will be back very, very soon indeed. So stay tuned. But until then, take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.